Dave Sider, baby. This is Rock Radio UK, and today I'm talking to Crooked Revival. Hi, guys.
How we doing, Dave?
Yay. You've expanded. There's more of you. You're multiplying.
There was more sonic space to be explored, I think. So was the envelope.
We've added these two beautiful boys.
Yes, yes. Well, you better introduce yourselves. Come on.
Well, I'm Sam. I'm the keys player and synth player, doing a bit of weirdness with the boys.
Yeah. It couldn't get any weirder. Trust me.
Weirdness.
No weirdness.
How about this guy on my left and your right, then? I suppose.
I'm Chris. I'm the new guitar player. So,
Hello, mate. What on earth made you join this motley crew, guys?
you what? Sorry.
What on earth made you choose to join this motley crew of guys?
I don't know really. I just sent me the stuff looking for a new guitar player, and immediately I just really thought, this is a bit of me. This.
You've been looking to join an original band, haven't you?
Yeah, it's something I've always wanted to do. I mainly do covers. I've been doing covers for years, and I've always wanted to do originals. And yeah, this just kind of came at a great time. So
Excellent.
And how are you finding it so far?
I hate it.
Is it?
No, I'm loving it.
Okay.
Yeah, wait till you hear this guy wail, man.
It's a project. No pressure.
Like all this like boutique vintage gear, like even his guitar case is like classic retro.
It's a gun case.
Yeah, it's he's got a bit of vibe and style about him, Zachary.
All the gear, no idea.
Okay. Well, I thought I'd better chat to you guys. Apart from the new lineup or revised lineup, you've got a new single on the way as well.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, Dave. It's coming out next Friday. The audio will be released at 7 p.m. on 28th of June. Very excited about this upcoming track. We've recorded with Ramesh Dorangoda down in Cardiff at Longwave Studios. Probably the best recording experience we've ever had. We are very, very excited about this next song and the follow-up to that, which will be out in probably a month or two's time. But a big step for us sonically, like as a band. I think we've kind of figured out where we want to be with our sound, where we want to go.
Yeah.
And this is just obviously the EP that we put out, well, it's nearly 2 years ago now, was the first sort of step towards this. I think right now we know where we're at, we know what we want, we know how we fit together. Chris and Sam being added to the mix is just taking it to another level sonically, and it's just going to be a good thing, and we're just looking forward to putting it out on a live stage and playing it for some people.
Yeah.
So we played Springfest in Blackpool when was that?
April 20th.
April. And apart from that, we've not been able to do any shows for a while, so we've had to sort of take a step back to take 2 steps forward, I guess, with the new changes and getting Chris and Sam up to speed and learning all the songs, as well as developing new songs that haven't been recorded yet. And I feel we've now reached the point where we're ready for shows, man. So the calendar is open. So.
Well, you very almost got the 5-volt gig, didn't you, last year? Which
Almost.
I was gutted. I mean, I was pushing and pushing.
We were a little bit. I think obviously we got through to the final selection again this year, but
yeah,
we kind of made a decision, and no disrespect to the 5-volt and what it does and everything, but that wasn't this direction that we really wanted to go with. Just
Begging people,
just asking people to vote for us for something that then would be at the hands of the crowd of people at whatever city they're in.
Yeah, I mean, it was at Thieves of Liberty and Luna Marlowe. Big up those guys. They got through it. Fucking great band.
If they want us to play, dude, they'll ask us to play.
Yeah,
Let's start with the bomb.
Yeah, I mean, we love 5-volt and we really love everything they do and what they do for new bands and exposure and everything. It's just for us. We made a decision that wasn't going to be how we were going to move forward.
Yeah, we don't want to be begging people to.
Yeah, I mean, we did that once. We didn't want to follow it up a year later. Yeah. I know you did this last year, guys, but we'll go for us again.
Competition things not.
Yeah, we're probably not doing any further competitions as a band. We're just going to let the music speak for itself now.
Well, I've got to say, I'm off to a dying flame. I mean, it is incredible. I love it. I'm trying to describe the sound. It's almost like taking it to Blackstone Cherry and saying, "Your album sucks. You should have played this."
I'll say that, Dave.
That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Say again, sorry, Dave.
Absolutely brilliant. I'm blown away with it. If this is a new direction, then
Oh yeah.
Exclusive.
But yeah, nice man. Thank you, Phil. We appreciate
It's a bit of a sort of slightly heavier approach. It's got like more of a beefiness to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we've coined ourselves as this sort of brutal blues thing, which is sort of a genre we're almost trying to shape ourselves.
yeah, we've coined it as our brand because we don't really know how to describe what we do, but brutal blues summarizes it.
Yeah.
We play music that comes from the blues and like 70s rock and roll background. But
Yeah.
it's definitely its own thing.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
brutal blues summarizes that pretty well.
Yeah. But I would say the second release that we have coming a few months after Moth is probably a better example of the brutal blues sound. Moth's just a fast, in your face, 3.5 minute radio single, basically. It's like to remind everybody where we've been and where we're at, I guess. And just a punch in the face from start to finish, no messing. And that was Ramesh when we went to the studio. That was his opinion as well, wasn't it? It was like this is a single. So yeah, hopefully that can take its own place in the world as of Friday, and yeah, see where it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, Ramesh is such a renowned producer anyway. I mean, was that a collective decision to find somebody like himself?
That's been something we've been trying to get together for probably about.
So it was Florence Black who introduced us to him.
Okay.
We met at the Rock and Blues Festival where we originally met you.
Yeah.
I think from that point, obviously, Ramesh is Ramesh and his credentials speak for themselves, but I don't think we were in a place as a band that we could have made the most of it as we did when we saw him this year. I think having waited and got to the point where we're at now to go and see him has benefited us like tenfold, if not 100-fold, because the songs that we've brought to him are more mature. That we just seem to understand where we are and what we want from our sound. The EP was a great exercise in moving forward, but this is definitely setting the bar, and obviously we're just going to try and keep moving that up. But Ramesh was absolutely incredible, and his own stamp and the way that he's perceived the tracks and brought them to life with his mastering and stuff has just elevated it another level.
Yeah, the gear he's got in that studio as well is crazy, man. Everything, all the analog outboard stuff. He's got racks and racks. He's got big rack of guitar heads, and you're just a switcher. So I know that head doesn't sound good. Switch the next one. Switch the next one. It's the way he works is so quick. Yeah, the guys that work with him in the studio as well, absolutely great. It's just like we didn't have to do anything. It was carrying everything, tuning for us, tightening the drums, doing all of that. And I don't know, it was just a weekend of being. It
was a professional experience.
Yeah, professional experience. Yeah.
From the little grassroots studios we've been in previously, that was a move to a more professional environment.
Great Welsh. Well,
oh yeah, and the Welsh
cake. Wow. Great night out in Cardiff.
Robert's personal cookie that Dom decided to eat.
Okay, I don't think we'll explore that too much more. Why was the keys and the synthesizers brought in? Was that just something you thought that was missing, or?
Well, I think that we've always kind of wanted keys at some point. Even though the songs that we've written never had keys.
We've tried it before, haven't we?
It's actually kind of hard to find someone cool to play keys, mate. Trust me. It took us fucking ages, man.
I think the difficulty is that keys, or pianist, should I say, is usually quite a forefront in the sound of a band. Yeah. They have lead roles, and it can, I don't know, like Deep Purple or something. There's a keys player or a piano player there because it's really prominent in the mix. What we needed was somebody. I mean, Sam's been a friend of the band since we started. He's lived with Dom, and it's easy to teach Sam what we wanted. He can play instruments, he plays bass and stuff, so it's easier to find somebody who just fits in the mix rather than somebody who wants to be at the front of
it. He's a grade A jazz player,
which is we tried a lot of keys playing there, and there was guys who were amazing at keyboard but terrible for this band.
Well, they just couldn't hear what was going on in the room, unfortunately.
Terrible.
And I think for this band, because we are, we do like the old school way of jamming out songs, and that's kind of how we bring things together. Like Moth and Demons, when you hear it, are an amalgamation of everybody's ideas in a room at one time.
Okay.
Rather than somebody writing an entire song and then telling people what they're playing or giving people parts. We're really driven to just explore what each other bring to the mix. And that's why the band's getting stronger all the time, because it is just all of us. It's not just one person doing this and doing that or telling people to do other things. It's just everybody brings their ideas, and what comes out is what you've heard now.
And we don't want to do tracks either, so the keys It's better. It's like,
Yeah, we discussed do we have a backing track, but we like the sound to ebb and flow. We like to speed up and slow down. It needs to breathe. It's
Not
rock and
too
roll.
much,
It can't be too much. Yeah, I guess that's my job. Yeah, it can't be too gridded and too perfect. I mean, it's dirty rock and
It's
roll.
music, isn't it? At the end of the day, and it's a living thing. When we're all playing together, it moves and flows as we see fit, or how as the venue or the night requires it to. And if you get to that stage, and obviously I'm not condemning that, and obviously bands that do it play incredibly tight live shows.
Oh yeah, there's a place for it.
There
Absolutely.
is definitely a place for it, but it's just not where we want to go as a band.
any good rock band, get us in a keys play, you'll sound better live.
It's just an extra layer. It's just like the sauce on top of the tune. It just adds atmospheric. It just makes the whole thing sound huge.
There's just room for more
Yeah,
and it just fills that space that's sometimes lacking.
I think the best summary is it's the thing you never knew you needed until you had it.
And then,
And
yeah,
then once you don't have the keys, like if Sam didn't come to a practice, you're like, there's a space there
That you
in
know.
the music where there should be Sam. And now we've got a Sam.
everybody needs a
Everybody
set.
needs a
This does beg the question: are you going to get a guitar and get out in front?
No, Dave, no keys.
Tell you what we haven't talked about there. Spring for Sam's keyboard. Yes, we can do that.
Marilyn Manson
You know, them playground springs for kids. Thing. One of them with keys. They want me to wear robes and everything. Well, before the robes, it was a Borat costume. Right?
Please don't.
But I think personally, I think the reason we've coined this sort of new sound that's not miles away from where we were, but it's going in a different direction, but still fitting under the sort of classic rock blues umbrella that we were already put under. I think it's because we all have such different influences. Like if we all went away in our cars from this session, the amount of different music genres you hear. Some of us will be listening to pop punk, some will be listening to metal, Dom's probably listening to some funk or something like that. And we all have a respect for hip hop and these other genres like this. So we're not pointing ourselves into this rock and roll box. We're just playing what we feel and what we're inspired by, and bringing it all together. And that's just sort of the sound that's come out, I guess.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, what is the future holding after these two singles? I mean, what are you planning?
We'll be back in the studio with Ramesh
Yeah.
as soon as feasible, at least this year. We plan on having from now on, obviously it's been a bit of a lapse for a year, 2 years while we just figured out where we were as a band. But now moving forward is to start playing shows, start getting festivals, and we will have a steady feed of music coming out regularly every couple of months now.
Yeah.
For the foreseeable future.
And then maybe some sort of representation. I mean, everything you see in here at the moment is purely done by us. So we have no management, no label, no PR, no nothing, no gig bookers or anything. So yeah, I guess that's probably our next stage. I mean, I feel like it's getting to the point where we're taking it towards as far as we can take it. And I need somebody to open some of those gate-kept doors, I guess.
Yeah, it's
but-
the old adage of it's not what you know, but who. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, we've run out of people we know.
Well, we discussed an album. Obviously, the general consensus of what a band would do is a few singles and an album. But through conversations with Ramesh, amongst others, we've realised that these days the algorithms are geared towards single releases. I mean, we live in this sort of 10-second swipe and you've got another new band world. So we don't think it's worth our time, energy, and finances, I guess, for now.
The biggest thing is that right now, unfortunately, we don't have the following that would justify an album. And what we're trying to do is just get extra exposure and get new fans.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, an EP maybe, or
Until
the
we
collective
feel-
singles. But
Yeah,
I mean, Ramesh is right though. Every couple of months, release a single. Just keep your name on the tip of everybody's tongue.
yeah, for sure.
But which I think, after hearing just this one song, is going to be no hard mission because everybody's going to know you after. after Moth.
Demons.
Yeah, wait till you hear Demons.
Demons is a fucking machine.
Demons, it's not really a 3.5 minute radio song.
No, it's not.
We're not going to say much about it, and obviously we can have a conversation as and when that's ready to release. But for me personally, I that is the best thing I personally have ever put my name to.
Well, you stepped out of the recording studio and said that was the best vocal take I've done in my life.
Yeah.
After that,
It's a monster. Well, it's called Demons.
it's a demon.
Watch this space.
Okay,
And
on that note, I think we'll wrap it up. Okay,
Yeah.
guys, we shall meet sometime soon. I'm going to have to find you and track you down for another gig. But
Yeah.
in the meantime, I wish you all the best with Moth and Demons as well when that comes out. And please, guys, stay in touch.
Thank you very much.
Nice one, Dave.
Cheers,
Take
man.
care, mate. Chat to you soon.
Appreciate it.
Cheers, bud.